Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I'm going to talk about, of course, as you all know, we're still in the Depression Awareness Month and we're almost through, and what we're doing this month is a lot of information about depression. Alright, so this video we're going to be talking about some common causes of depression. Alright, before we delve into some of these common causes or some of the causes of depression, I'm going to just quickly say that, you know, when depression, one can't exactly tell what the cause of the depression might be, because, I mean, like, there is all of that genetic difference, there's all of that biological difference, there is a lot of everybody dealing with different things in their lives that is unique to their own challenges, personality, and environment. All right, so there's all of that factor, but I'm just going to be sharing some of the general major causes of depression. And the reason why you want to know some of these causes is sometimes you probably just want to deal with it before it causes you severe or mild depression. Before I go on, I'm going to have to quickly make a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, neither am I a therapist or a counselor. I'm just some chick that's experienced depression and is gradually getting over my depression. I mean, like, honestly, I think I've had loads and loads of improvements, all right? If you really want to, like, know more about my story with depression, I'm going to be dropping a link in the description box about my journey with depression and how positive affirmations and journaling helped my depression. All right, what are the possible causes for depression? One of the most common ones that we cannot overlook is genetics. I mean, like, you know, for some people will get depressed simply because it's in the gene, it's in their biological makeup. All right, you can trace it down to the lineage somewhere, maybe an aunt, great uncle, a parent probably had depression. The tendencies of depression actually going into the gene and sort of affecting you are high. So one of the primary causes of depression could be genetics, all right? Maybe inherited. Depression can be hereditary, obviously. So there is that. The second other cause for depression could be abuse. This abuse could be physical, could be sexual, could be emotional, could be mental, all right? Once you have unresolved issues, sexual issues, maybe sexual harassment, rape, molestations, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, maybe you're in a wrong relationship or maybe not so great relationship, and you experience a lot of verbal abuse, physical, emotional abuse. These things have a way of causing a depression or triggering depression. These things have a way of creeping back on us even after you have become so grown and so mature. For some people, their depression was probably diagnosed at a very, very early age, maybe in their early teens or preteen. So you want to actually know what caused your depression to be able to begin to get a possible understanding, a possible grip on your depression, all right? The second other thing that could cause your depression is environment. I like to just say toxic environment. So let's say you're in an environment where there's a lot of hostility, there's a lot of abuse, there's a lot of howling, like raising of voices. No one talks like a normal human. No one talks like calmly, you know, and you probably are in an environment where you're always abused, taken advantage of, or probably just bullied. You know, those are toxic people. I mean, an environment that does not allow for a child, I'm taking it back to, let's take it back to childhood. An environment that maybe a child grew up in a very abusive environment, a very toxic environment where maybe parents fight a lot, parents do not communicate with the kids, parents make kids feel bad, parents abuse kids, use a lot of negative words, just a lot of negativity, you know, flying in that environment. That can literally cause depression. You know, so you want to be aware, you want to know some of these things because you want to be, like I said, this is really about understanding your depression, understanding where it came from. The more understanding you have of where your depression came from, the higher your chance of dealing or overcoming or beating your depression, all right? The next thing that could cause depression is a failed relationship, right? Let's say failed relationship. You know, love is such a beautiful thing, guys. Love is so beautiful. I love love, right? But when love goes sour, you know, there's always a tendency to sort of cause depression, probably because maybe the individual involved might have had so much expectations for the relationship, or might have put in so much, for whatever reasons, honestly. But a failed relationship definitely has a way of causing depression. It can literally cause a person to be depressed. I hope you're loving this content so far, guys. If you are, give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and turn on notifications, because guys, it's all about depression. It's Depression Awareness Month, and we're talking so much about depression, their causes. I'm going to drop a link to the playlist I highly recommend that you see. It is the Depression Awareness playlist. You want to just take a look at it because you see causes, triggers, symptoms, warning signs of depression, how to beat depression naturally. All of this is in that playlist. You want to take a look at it, all right? Another thing that can cause your depression is stressful life events. I mean, anything that can literally cause you to be physically stressed can cause depression. I mean, like when you find it difficult to cope with a situation that is stressful, that in itself can cause depression. And for a person that is actually like recovering depression, you know, stress can trigger your depression as well. I've talked a lot about the trigger. I'm going to drop a link in the description box on triggers for depression, all right, because you want to see it. Another thing that can cause your depression is grief and loss. I mean, you know, we all have grief and loss is normal in life, right? That is bereavement, right? We all have that in the course of our lives. And everybody grieves in different ways. You know, for some people, they do not really have the ability to grieve healthily. They do not have the ability to just grieve and embrace that phase and evolve from it. Not everybody has that ability to evolve from grief, accept it, and, you know, move on. Not everybody. So that can literally cause depression for some people that cannot deal with their loss and grief. It can definitely cause depression. Another thing that can cause depression might just be chronic illness. There's some certain illnesses that are related or that are depression related. Insomnia, for example. When you have insomnia, you're definitely not so far from depression. Depression can creep in from insomnia. Maybe diabetes as well. Diabetes also has a way. Cancer. All these are possible illnesses that are related to depression. So chronic illness can definitely cause depression, because then it might also be an interaction with medication interactions that can now cause symptoms of depression. If you want to see, if you want to know symptoms of depression, some of the symptoms of depression, I'm going to drop a link to that video in the description box. Guys, I hope you're loving this content. If you are, give me a thumbs up. If you are new with us, I mean, you're just in this video you're just in our channel for the first time, you guys, thank you so much for watching and staying up till this point. I mean, you don't want to lose content as we drop them. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notification buttons, because you want to be the first to be aware or be informed of whatever we drop a new video. All right. Then the final thing that in this video, the final thing that can cause your depression is nutrition. And sometimes when you don't eat right, your mind doesn't have all of the nutrients it needs to sort of like grow, to sort of like expand. Same as your body is losing out on major nutrients that is needed for your body to function properly. That can definitely cause your depression. So you want to look out for what you eat. You want to look out for ways to cope with stress. You want to also be aware of the kind of illness you have, and just be on the lookout for when it might sort of cause your depression, or if it will cause your depression. All right. You also want to be on the lookout for how your grief and loss, how you can deal with grief and loss in in a healthy way. You don't want depression to creep in on you, all right? So you want to just look out for healthy ways, and you want to just look out for healthy ways to sort of like tackle and deal with whatever challenge you're possibly having. I mean, if it is about childhood experiences, unresolved childhood experiences, abuses, traumas, you want to literally begin to recover. You want to begin the journey of recovering from all of that. You want to begin the journey of recovering. All you might probably need to do is forgive, and then you find that you're in a better place mentally, emotionally, and that can do wonders for your mental health. If you need to forgive to be able to sort of like take charge of your mental health, please go on ahead and do that. If you need to talk to somebody to make peace with whatever situation that has possibly or probably caused your depression, then by all means, please go on ahead. It might have been a bad relationship that you're still holding on to and feeling guilty and feeling bad about, whatever the case might be. Forgive yourself, all right? The deed has been done, right? You can't stay in the past and allow your health to deteriorate. You can't afford to allow that to happen. It is important that you look after yourself. It is important that you take care of yourself. You owe that to yourself. It might be difficult to get to do, but do not forget, it's about conscious living. It's about making conscious choices, because I believe that if you do not make conscious choices, choices will be made for you by circumstances, by events of life. So you need to actually be in the place of making conscious choices and decisions. All right. So try to identify what caused your depression. Try to find healthy ways to resolve it. If you need to speak to a therapist, a coach, a counselor, a doctor about your feelings and possible symptoms, please, by all means, go on and do that. I'm going to pin a comment dropping the link for support. If you find that you're suicidal, if you find that you need help, if you find that you need to talk to somebody, I'm going to drop the link. They actually have a worldwide contact. I mean, regardless of wherever you are, there are representatives in every state and every country. So you want to actually be in touch with them if you find the need to talk to somebody, maybe anonymously, or you want to talk to somebody and not feel guilty, judged, or weak or abused. Either way, you just need somebody confidential to talk to. Make sure you take a look at their website and contact them, all right? I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying with us to the end of this video. And yes, I'm happy, I'm thankful, and then I'm going to go ahead and say my affirmations, all right? My name is Nancy. I am enough. I am bold. I am beautiful. I am courageous. I am worthy of love and respect. Everything, absolutely everything is working together for my good, all right? And everything is possible unto me. I am creative. Most importantly, I am innovative. All right, guys. See you next time. Mwah.